Hey guys, this is Kamaguno, and finally I'm doing a film review, and I am reviewing Into the Woods. I did a double feature today, so I also have a review for Wild. But let's talk about Into the Woods. It's a musical from Disney. As you guys know, I am a huge Disney fan, so I needed to see this movie, and also I thought this had a superb cast, so I was like, alright, let me go see Into the Woods. So I went to see the film, and I was singing the music after the movie, so that's how you know you really enjoy a musical. And honestly, that's always a sign. That's kind of how I review a musical. If I like the music and I actually want to listen to the music after, that's how you know it's a good Disney movie and just a good musical. So, check one for that. What this movie is about is bringing all of these different characters you know, Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, and bringing them into the woods and meeting each other. Also, want to mention before I really start the review, I just want to say this is a non-spoiler portion of this review, and then I'm going to go towards spoiler portion. So I will warn you guys when the spoilers come. But let's continue. That's pretty much what the movie's about. But let's start talking about the review portion of it. I really enjoyed this movie. It really played on your expectations in a lot of ways. You know, some moments, some songs actually stop singing where you're expecting, oh, well, you're supposed to end that note. And that's how it really plays on your expectations of who these characters are. Some of the songs, like I said, plays on your expectations. And I think that's what makes this a really fun movie. And once I get to the spoiler portion, I'm also going to expand upon that. And overall, I think all these characters were really likable. And, you know, if they weren't supposed to be likable, they weren't, but on purpose. And I'll get to that also in the spoiler portion. But my favorite character had to be Red Riding Hood. I think that child actress really should get more recognition. I thought she was great. She had amazing comedic timing here, and her singing voice was really awesome. So, and I will say that to every character though. Everyone had a great singing voice here, and also just had some great character that you liked everybody. And again, I think that's a big factor to the movie. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Would I watch it again in theaters? Probably not, but I definitely would want to watch it maybe after, you know, on demand or something again. And overall, I give this movie 4 stars. I think it was a very solid movie, definitely worth watching at least once in the theaters. It's a beautiful looking movie, the music was really great, and the characters and story were great. I can't go too much into the story because there is a lot of spoilers here, and that's why I'm warning you guys, this is the point where I am going to talk about spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, stop here, come back. Let's talk about spoilers. So, what I was saying about before is that you're supposed to like some characters and you're supposed to not like some characters. And let me just tell you, Chris Pine does a great job at you not wanting to like him, which is really hard because he's Chris Pine. But what I really do like about this movie is that Prince Charming is just that. He's charming, but he's not sincere. And he cheats on Cinderella. And you find out that Cinderella does not end up with the prince, technically, in the end. And my favorite part about this movie kind of was the ending. I know a lot of people had problems with the pacing of this movie. Me, personally, I didn't. Because what I was saying in the beginning of this review is that Into the Woods is supposed to play on your expectations. Your expectations of a happily ever after. And then it just stops because of the giant. The giant really is that abrupt person in the film. If someone's singing, like I said, there's a song here where Anna Kendrick, Cinderella, and Red Riding Hood are singing, and they stop in the middle of a note because of the giant. The celebration of the wedding stopped because of the giant. So I felt that ending that we did have was more satisfying than the ending if they all got married. I know that's where everyone wanted to end the film, but I wouldn't. I feel like that would make the film very generic. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. But it made the movie had more depth because it was maybe 45 minutes longer. And I think the more interesting part of the story came there. You know, seeing these characters come together that you didn't really expect to come together, or at least stay together. And you see this interesting non-nuclear family. Cinderella being, I don't know, I guess, I don't want to say have a relationship with the baker, but it's going to somehow be in the family. I don't know. So we have Cinderella, the baker, Red Riding Hood, and Jack being, and also the baby, being this happily a happy family, and people die in this movie. You see the baker's wife die, the witch die, people die here, and that was something that I was very surprised with. You know, there could have been that generic ending, but they ended it in a really cool note of having this family kind of come together of these characters you grew to like throughout the whole film. So overall, I really enjoyed the ending, and the one thing I would say, if you needed to cut something out for pacing, which I don't know if you really needed to, I would say the one thing, probably Rapunzel. I think Rapunzel's story was really something you didn't need. Yeah, of course, there's a cool connection that it was the baker's sister and that the witch was connected to her, but her story is probably the most boring and non-connected. It's like, oh, they fell in love. Cool. And they, you know, he's different than his brother. As the one story felt like just kind of prolonged the whole movie and could have been cut. Overall, very solid movie. Really enjoyed the music. Really enjoyed the movie as a whole. And definitely a movie you could discuss overall because there's so much that happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. I give this 4 stars. I definitely recommend the movie. I'm going to be listening to the soundtrack a lot, I think. And, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.